Good morning. Let me ask you, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you hit the snooze button and roll over? Or do you rise and take control of the day ahead? The truth is, you have the power to decide. From the moment that alarm rings, you have a choice. Will you take charge of your morning or let the world take charge of you? Now listen up, your morning is the foundation of everything you want to build. If you want to win today, if you want to win tomorrow, it starts with how you start. You can't wait for the perfect moment or the right feeling to show up. Success doesn't wait for anyone. You've got to make it happen. Choices, that's what this is about. Every single day you have a choice to make. You can either lie there trapped in the comfort of your bed, or you can get up and get to work. The world doesn't owe you anything, but if you want success, you have to get after it with everything you've got. And that starts with the way you wake up. Don't let the day control you, you control it. Here's the thing. Winning doesn't happen by accident. You've got to prepare. You've got to plan. You've got to know what you want and then act like it. Success is not a result of one great decision. It's the result of 1,000 small actions. And those small actions start with how you show up every morning. Get up early, get your mind right, and get ready to crush it. But let me tell you, this motivation isn't always going to be there. Don't wait for the perfect mood to hit you. Don't wait for a sign from the universe. If you want to win, you've got to act, even when you don't feel like it. It's not about feeling good. It's about doing good. Motivation comes from action, not the other way around. Now, here's something crucial. Why are you doing this? Why are you getting up? Why are you working so hard? If you don't know your why, you're just spinning your wheels. You need purpose. When you wake up with purpose, when you wake up with fire in your belly, that's when you're unstoppable. Your mind is your most powerful tool. Your mindset is everything. You have the power to control your thoughts. If you wake up thinking, I can't, guess what? You won't. But if you wake up thinking, I can and I will, then nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you. Keep your mind in the right place, and everything else will fall into place. Let me tell you something, struggles are not obstacles, they are lessons. Don't run from them. Embrace them. Every challenge you face, every failure, every setback, it's all part of your journey. Those struggles are the building blocks of your success. The road to greatness isn't smooth. It's bumpy, it's tough, and it's demanding. But you are tougher. You are capable. I want you to do something for me today. Visualize your success. Close your eyes and picture what you want. See it in your mind, feel it in your soul, and then go out and make it a reality. Success starts with belief. If you believe you can do it, you will. But if you doubt yourself, don't expect anyone else to believe in you. Finally, I want you to remember this: winning is not a one-time thing. It's a lifestyle. Success is not something you reach and then stop. Success is about getting up every day and saying, I'm going to win today, and tomorrow I'll win again. Every single day you have the opportunity to start winning. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. It starts with you, right now. So get up, get moving, start winning today. The moment you open your eyes, you face a decision. Will you take control of the day, or will you let the day control you? That's the power you have the instant you wake up. The morning is your battleground, your launch pad, and your opportunity to set the tone for everything that's coming. Too many of us wake up to an alarm, press snooze, and roll back into a state of semi-consciousness, as though the day is something that happens to us rather than something we make happen. Let me tell you something, the day doesn't own you. You own the day. If you want to win, it starts the moment you open your eyes. The first decision you make when you wake up matters. The way you start your day affects how you show up for the rest of your life. Don't let that be some random choice. Own your morning, Own the first hour, because when you do, you are stacking the odds in your favor for the rest of your day. Too many people get stuck in the cycle of reacting to everything, checking emails, social media, the news before their feet even hit the floor. And they wonder why the day feels like it's happening to them, instead of them happening to the day. The truth is, you can't control what the world throws at you, but you can control how you show up to face it. The way you start your morning is your shield. It's your way of saying, I'm in charge here, I'm ready for whatever comes. It doesn't matter how much sleep you got or how tired you feel. You've got to make the choice to show up anyway. Don't wait for motivation. Motivation is a feeling that comes and goes. And if you wait for it, you'll be waiting forever. You've got to wake up and say, I'm going to make this happen. No matter how I feel, that's where true strength comes from, discipline. Not waiting for the perfect conditions, but showing up and doing what needs to be done day after day. How do you take control? It's about small actions. It's about creating a ritual that empowers you from the very start. Get up, stretch, move your body. If you want to win, your body needs to wake up and be ready to take on the challenges ahead. Drink water, feed your body the fuel it needs. Don't roll over into your phone. First, take care of yourself. First, take care of your mind. This is your moment of preparation. This is when you choose what kind of day you're going to have. You're not just getting ready for work or for whatever task is in front of you. You're getting ready to fight for your dreams, for your success. Don't take this lightly. The mornings matter. The mornings are the foundation of everything that's coming. If you start strong, you finish strong. If you let the morning slip away, the rest of the day will follow that same pattern. So take control. Don't just wake up and let the world decide your mood, your direction, your energy. You decide. When you make that choice, you take power over your day and over your life. Every morning is a new chance, a new opportunity to win. You've got to take it, because no one is going to hand it to you. Control your morning, control your day. And when you control your day, you're one step closer to winning. So when that alarm rings tomorrow, ask yourself, am I going to let the world dictate my mood, or am I going to take control and make it a winning day? The choice is yours. Make it count. Every single day, you're faced with decisions, small decisions, big decisions, life-changing decisions. But here's the thing about choices: they define you. They shape your life. They shape your future. The choices you make today determine the person you become tomorrow. You're always choosing, whether you realize it or not. Every time you wake up, you make a choice. Every time you step into your day, you make a choice. And every time you face a challenge or an opportunity, the choice is yours. Let's break it down. You could choose to stay comfortable, to hit snooze, to take the easy way out. You could choose to stay in the same place, doing the same thing day in and day out. That's an easy choice. But it's also a choice that leads nowhere. It leads to stagnation. It leads to the kind of life where you look up and realize you haven't moved forward, you haven't grown, and you haven't won. And no one is coming to change that for you. On the other hand, you could choose to push yourself. You could choose to get up early, to train your body, to sharpen your mind. You could choose to do the hard things when everyone else is looking for shortcuts. That's the kind of choice that builds character. That's the choice that creates momentum. That's the choice that gets you closer to what you want. The truth is, we all have this power within us. The power to choose. The power to decide who we are, who we want to be, and what we're willing to do to get there. Don't underestimate the power of your choices. The way you choose to respond to adversity, the way you choose to show up every single day, the way you choose to handle challenges, they all matter. They all add up. When you make the decision to take responsibility for your own life, to stop blaming circumstances or waiting for something outside of yourself to change, that's when things shift. Your choices become the vehicle that takes you where you want to go. If you want to be successful, it doesn't just happen by wishing for it. It happens by making the right choices. Every choice you make either brings you closer to your goal or pushes you further away. There's no middle ground. Think about it, every decision, no matter how small, has a ripple effect. When you choose to get up early and get to work, that's a choice that sets the tone for the entire day. When you choose to read instead of scroll through your phone, that's a choice that elevates your mind. When you choose to invest time in developing your skills, that's a choice that gets you closer to mastery. But here's the key: you have to be intentional about your choices. You can't just let them happen. You've got to decide right now that every choice you make matters. That's what separates those who achieve from those who just get by. People often think that success is about some big magical breakthrough. But let me tell you, it's not. Success is the result of hundreds, thousands, millions of small choices stacked together. The choice to get up when you'd rather sleep. The choice to keep pushing when you feel like quitting. The choice to invest in yourself when it feels uncomfortable. These choices build up over time. And before you know it, you're standing at the top, looking back, realizing it wasn't a single moment of luck. It was a lifetime of small, consistent choices that led you here. You're choosing right now, whether you realize it or not. Every thought you entertain, every action you take, it all comes down to choice. And here's the truth: you are the sum of your choices. So ask yourself, what are you choosing today? What are you doing right now that's either bringing you closer to your dreams or keeping you stuck? You have the power to change it. You have the power to make the choice to do something different, to make your life what you want it to be. The most successful people aren't the ones who have everything handed to them. They're the ones who understand that every choice matters. They're the ones who refuse to let life dictate their path. They're the ones who take control, even when it's tough. And that's the power you have. Never forget that. Every day is a series of choices. And with each choice, you get to decide, are you going to move forward or are you going to stay stuck? The power is in your hands. Choose wisely. Preparation is everything. It's the difference between success and failure, between a life of uncertainty and a life of clarity, between making it happen and letting it happen to you. The most successful people don't get there by accident. They don't wake up and hope for the best. They prepare. And that's the power that you need to tap into. If you want to win, you have to prepare like you've already won. You have to put in the work ahead of time, and that means setting the stage for your success long before the moment arrives. Think about it for a second. When you're preparing, you're not just thinking about the task at hand, you're thinking about everything that could go wrong and how you're going to handle it. Preparation is not about having everything go perfectly. It's about knowing what to do when things don't go according to plan. It's about building a foundation so solid that when the challenges come, and they will come, you're ready to face them head on. Starting with purpose is the most powerful way to set the foundation for everything you do. Purpose is the fuel that drives you. Without it, you're simply going through the motions, reacting to life instead of creating it. When you start with purpose, every decision, every step, every action you take has meaning. You're no longer drifting, you're moving with intention. And that's the key to achieving anything you set your mind to. Purpose is not just about having a goal or an end result in mind. It's about knowing why you're doing what you're doing. When you start with purpose, you're clear on what matters to you, and you're aligned with your values. Your purpose becomes your compass. It gives you direction, especially when the road gets tough, when things get complicated, or when obstacles seem insurmountable. The moment you're rooted in purpose, you understand that setbacks are just part of the journey. They're not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Purpose helps you reframe challenges and see them as opportunities to grow. When you know why you're doing something, it makes it easier to persevere. But purpose doesn't always come easily. It's not something you can just find in a book or read about online. It's something you discover within yourself. It's something you build over time through self-reflection, experience, and trial and error. Your purpose is connected to your deepest desires, your passions, and your unique strengths. It's the thing that makes you feel alive, the thing that excites you even when no one is watching, the thing that keeps you going when everything else tries to pull you in a different direction. If you don't know your purpose, you'll spend your life chasing after things that don't matter, trying to fit into roles that don't align with who you truly are. But when you start with purpose, you eliminate that confusion. You stop chasing fleeting goals, and instead you start focusing on the things that really matter. Purpose gives you clarity and focus. In a world full of distractions, purpose is the thing that keeps you grounded. It helps you cut through the noise and stay focused on what really matters. When you start with purpose, it becomes easier to say no to things that don't align with your vision. It's not about being busy. It's about being productive and intentional with your time, energy, and resources. When you understand your purpose, every choice you make can be aligned with that purpose. You stop wasting time on things that take you off course, and instead, you start investing your time in actions that bring you closer to where you want to be. Having a clear purpose also provides a deep sense of fulfillment. When you're working towards something meaningful, the work doesn't feel like work, it feels like your calling. You're not just showing up to go through the motions, you're showing up because you believe in what you're doing and you understand its impact. Purpose brings meaning to even the smallest actions. When you know your purpose, you approach everything you do with a sense of pride because you know it's part of something greater than yourself. It connects your daily actions to a larger vision, and that's what makes the grind worthwhile. Starting with purpose also helps you stay resilient. Life is full of twists and turns, but when you're clear on your purpose, you're less likely to get discouraged. You understand that the path to success isn't linear. There will be bumps along the way. But purpose keeps you rooted, keeps you focused on the bigger picture, and gives you the strength to keep pushing through tough times. When the going gets tough, purpose gives you the will to keep going, because you know that every challenge you face is part of the journey towards something bigger and more meaningful. The beauty of starting with purpose is that it doesn't just change your approach to work, it changes your approach to life. Purpose brings everything into alignment. It helps you make decisions that are in harmony with your values and your long-term vision. It encourages you to take bold steps toward what you truly want, even if those steps are difficult. And when you start with purpose, you attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences into your life because you're aligned with your authentic self. So don't just go through life waiting for direction or hoping that things will fall into place. Take the time to discover your purpose. Start with it, live with it, and let it guide everything you do. When you start with purpose, the path ahead becomes clearer, the obstacles become less daunting, and your dreams begin to feel not only possible but inevitable. Your purpose will give you the energy to keep going when others would stop, and it will give you the clarity to know exactly where to focus your efforts. When you start with purpose, you're not just aiming for success, you're building a life that's worth living. Mindset is everything. It shapes how you view the world, how you respond to challenges, and how you approach every single day. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the attitudes you adopt have a profound impact on your actions and ultimately on your success. If you want to achieve anything of value, you must first begin with the right mindset. It's not just about what you do, but about how you think about what you're doing. The mind is powerful. It can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. A positive, growth-oriented mindset enables you to tackle life's obstacles with confidence and resilience. It fuels your ability to learn from failure, adapt to change, and keep pushing forward even when the road gets rough. On the other hand, a negative or fixed mindset can keep you stuck. It creates limitations, convinces you that you're not capable, and convinces you that challenges are too much to overcome. But you can choose your mindset. Your thoughts are yours to control, and the way you choose to think directly influences the way you show up in the world. When you adopt a growth mindset, You stop seeing failure as a reflection of your abilities, and instead, you see it as an opportunity to learn and improve. You begin to understand that every setback, every mistake is just part of the process. Failure is not final, it's feedback. A growth mindset allows you to keep going, to stay in the game longer, and to push through discomfort because you believe that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. It's the belief that you can always improve, that your current circumstances don't define you, and that effort and perseverance are the keys to success. On the flip side, a fixed mindset keeps you limited. It's the belief that your talents, abilities, and intelligence are set in stone. With a fixed mindset, you're likely to shy away from challenges, avoid risks, and give up too soon because you feel like failure means you're not good enough. A fixed mindset keeps you small. It keeps you playing it safe and staying in your comfort zone, never daring to stretch yourself beyond what you already know. But you have the power to change your mindset. The moment you decide to adopt a growth mindset, you open up a world of possibilities. Your mindset affects not just your work and your goals, but your entire life. It affects your relationships, your health, your happiness, and your success. If you wake up each day thinking that today is going to be a challenge, that everything is going to be hard, that things will go wrong, then that's exactly what you'll see. Your mindset will shape your perception of reality. But if you wake up each day with the belief that today is a new opportunity, that you can face whatever challenges come your way, and that every situation holds potential, then you'll find ways to make that true. The power of mindset is in its ability to transform your perspective. It allows you to reframe situations, to see obstacles as opportunities, and to stay positive even in the face of adversity. When you adopt a mindset of gratitude, when you focus on the things that are going well rather than on what's not working, you start to create a reality where you can see solutions, not just problems. It's about reframing your thoughts and beliefs so that they serve you, not hinder you. A strong mindset doesn't let challenges become excuses. It turns them into lessons, stepping stones, and moments of growth. Mindset is also what keeps you going when things aren't easy. Anyone can stay motivated when everything is going well, but the real test of your character is how you respond when things get difficult. A resilient mindset keeps you moving forward, even when the odds seem stacked against you. It's the determination to keep going, not because it's easy, but because you believe it's worth it. You push through the hard times because you understand that every obstacle is just a temporary challenge, and on the other side is growth, progress, and success. Your mindset also has a profound effect on your self-confidence. When you believe that you're capable of achieving great things, you act with more confidence, more certainty, and more courage. A positive mindset encourages you to take action, to believe in your abilities, and to trust that you have what it takes to succeed. If you're constantly doubting yourself or expecting failure, you're far less likely to take the bold actions that lead to success. But when you believe in yourself and your potential, you'll take the steps even when it feels scary or uncertain, because you know that your mindset is strong enough to carry you through. In the end, your mindset is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It affects how you see the world, how you see yourself, and how you show up in every situation. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing your mindset. You have to choose to believe that you can overcome obstacles, that you have the power to grow, and that success is within your reach. Your mindset is not just something that happens to you, it's something you can create and shape. So decide to make your mindset a reflection of the greatness you're capable of achieving. When you do, you'll start to see a world of possibilities open up before you. And that's when you begin to realize just how powerful you truly are. Owning your struggles is one of the most empowering things you can do. Life is not a straight path, it's filled with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. But the key to overcoming them is not to avoid them, not to wish they didn't exist, and certainly not to run from them. The key is to own them. Embrace them as a part of your journey because they shape who you are, they define your strength, and they build your resilience. It's through the struggles that we discover our true capacity for growth. When you own your struggles, you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the victor in your own life. Struggles are not something to be ashamed of. They are not a sign of weakness or failure. Struggles are proof that you're trying, that you're pushing yourself, and that you're alive. Every person you admire, every success story you look up to, has faced struggles. They've had to fight through pain, doubt, and fear to get to where they are. But they didn't give up. They didn't give up. They didn't back down when things got tough. They owned their struggles, used them as fuel, and kept moving forward. And that's what you need to do, too. Don't shy away from the hard times. Don't hide from the battle. Stand up, face them head on, and own them. Because it's in the process of overcoming struggles that you find your true strength. It's easy to want to avoid difficulty. We all want comfort, and we all want things to be easy. But if you're always seeking comfort, if you're always trying to take the easy route, then you're never going to grow. Growth comes from discomfort. It comes from the struggles that push you beyond what you thought was possible. Think about the hardest things you've gone through, the moments that felt impossible, the times when you thought you couldn't keep going. But you did, you pushed through. And you came out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more capable. That's what owning your struggles does for you. It transforms you. Preparation means showing up early, putting in the work before anyone else even thinks about it. It means being strategic in your actions, having a plan, and then executing that plan with precision. It's about doing the hard work when no one is watching, when no one expects it, and when no one is cheering you on. But here's the thing, that work is what gives you the confidence. That work is what allows you to step into the arena with your head held high, knowing that you've already done everything possible to ensure success. You see, preparation is a mindset. It's not just about the physical actions you take. It's about the attitude you bring to the table. When you prepare, you're telling yourself, I believe in this. I believe in my vision. I believe in my future. It's the belief that your dreams are worth fighting for. It's the belief that you have the ability to make it happen, but only if you're willing to put in the work. The truth is, most people want success without wanting to do what it takes to get there. They want the glory without the grind. But that's not how it works. If you want to win, you've got to prepare. Preparation is the price of admission to the life you want. The power of preparation is in the details. It's in the small things that add up to something much bigger. If you're serious about achieving anything in life, you can't afford to leave things to chance. You can't just wing it. Every great achievement requires forethought, planning, and relentless execution. That's how champions are made. They don't show up and hope for the best. They show up and expect the best because they've already put in the work and they know they're ready. Preparation also helps you eliminate fear. When you've put in the time and effort to prepare, when you've done the work and thought about all the possible outcomes, fear doesn't stand a chance. Fear comes from uncertainty, from not knowing what's coming, from feeling unprepared. But when you've prepared, you've already done the hard part. And when the challenge arrives, you don't see it as something to fear, you see it as an opportunity to prove what you're made of. You see it as your moment to show the world that you've earned your success, because you've already prepared to handle whatever comes your way. Preparation is also about knowing your own strengths and weaknesses. It's about understanding the areas where you need to improve and putting in the work to close those gaps. It's about investing in yourself, learning, growing, and never stopping. The best athletes, the best business people, the best performers, they're always preparing. They never think they know enough. They're constantly refining their skills, learning new strategies, and pushing themselves to be better than they were yesterday. So, if you want to be great, if you want to win in any area of your life, prepare like it's already done. Plan ahead, train harder, study more, and keep sharpening your skills. Don't wait for things to fall into place. Make them fall into place by preparing like you're already where you want to be. When you prepare, you're not just setting yourself up for success, you're creating the conditions that will make success inevitable. Preparation turns the impossible into the inevitable. It's the key to achieving your dreams. Don't take it lightly. Put in the work now, and you'll reap the rewards when it counts. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the constant force that drives you forward, even when everything inside you wants to quit. It's the ability to stay on track, to keep going when no one's watching, when the excitement wears off, and when the easy way out looks so much more appealing. But here's the thing, discipline isn't just about what you do. It's about who you become. It's the practice of showing up day after day and doing what you know needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's about doing the hard work when everyone else is looking for a shortcut or waiting for motivation to strike. Discipline is the decision that regardless of how you feel, you will take action because you know it's what will move you closer to your goals. Too many people look at discipline as something they have to do. They treat it like a chore, something to avoid or get through. But true discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. Discipline is freedom. It's the freedom that comes from knowing you have control over your actions, over your habits, over your life. The more disciplined you are, the less you have to rely on external circumstances or fleeting motivation. You know exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it, and where it's leading you. And that clarity gives you the freedom to make decisions with confidence. Discipline is the key to achieving anything of value. It's the secret behind every successful person you admire. They didn't get there by accident. They didn't get there by being lucky or waiting for inspiration to come knocking. They got there by being disciplined, by showing up every single day, even when it was hard, even when it was uncomfortable, and even when it felt like no one was watching. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who fall short isn't talent, it's discipline. Discipline is the ability to keep going when others would stop. It's the ability to keep doing what you need to do, even when it feels like the results are slow to come. But here's the thing, discipline doesn't just happen overnight. It's something you build over time, one small step at a time. It's the small daily choices that add up. It's getting up early, even when you want to sleep in. It's sticking to your workout routine, even when you're tired. It's doing the work, even when no one is watching and no one is applauding. It's the sum of those little moments, those small acts of consistency that ultimately shape your life. So, discipline is not just about forcing yourself to do hard things, it's about making hard things easier by doing them consistently. The more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes to keep going, and the more powerful you feel. Discipline also teaches you self-respect. When you choose discipline over distractions, when you choose consistency over complacency, you're telling yourself that you believe in your own potential. You're telling yourself that you're willing to sacrifice now for the reward later. It's a sign of maturity. It's a sign that you know you're worth the effort. Because here's the truth, success doesn't happen because you want it. It happens because you're willing to work for it, even when it's not easy, even when it's not glamorous. And discipline is the thing that makes it happen. Now, let me be clear, discipline doesn't mean being perfect. It doesn't mean you're always going to get it right. It means that even when you mess up, even when you fall short, you get back up and keep going. That's the difference. Discipline doesn't say you have to be perfect. It says you keep showing up. It says you keep doing what you know you need to do, no matter what. If you want to be successful, if you want to make a real difference in your life, you've got to make the decision to embrace discipline. You've got to decide that you're going to do what needs to be done, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's hard, and especially when you don't feel like it. Success is built on the back of discipline. It's about committing to your goals and following through, no matter what obstacles come your way. Discipline is the power to turn your dreams into reality. And the beautiful thing is, you have the ability to choose it. It's up to you to decide that every action you take today will move you one step closer to the life you want. The more disciplined you are, the more unstoppable you become. So embrace it. Make it a part of who you are, and you'll find that success is not just possible, it's inevitable. Motivation is a powerful feeling, but it's fleeting. It comes and goes like a wave crashing on the shore, and if you wait for it to guide you, you'll find yourself stuck in an endless cycle of waiting. You're not always going to feel inspired to get up, to push yourself, or to do the work that's required to move forward. And that's okay. The key is not waiting for motivation to show up, but to act in the absence of it. Success doesn't wait for motivation. It waits for action. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, the right feeling, or for some sudden surge of energy, you might be waiting forever. What separates those who achieve from those who dream is the ability to keep moving, even when they don't feel like it. Here's the truth: motivation is an emotion. And like all emotions, it can be inconsistent. Some days you'll wake up ready to conquer the world, full of energy, ready to take on whatever challenges lie ahead. But other days you'll feel tired, uninspired, and maybe even a little lost. If you depend on motivation to keep you going, you're at the mercy of your emotions. And that's a dangerous place to be. You can't afford to rely on something that's so unreliable. What's required instead is discipline, the ability to take action even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up day after day, putting in the work even when motivation hasn't arrived. When you act, regardless of how motivated you feel, you build momentum. Momentum is what keeps you going. When you take that first step, even in the absence of motivation, something incredible happens. You start moving. You start building momentum that propels you forward, and soon enough, you don't need to wait for motivation because you've already created it through action. Don't get me wrong, motivation is great when it shows up. It's the spark that lights the fire, but the fire itself is fueled by action. When you take action, even in the absence of that spark, you begin to feel the energy you're seeking. You begin to see the results of your efforts, and that builds your belief in yourself. That belief becomes your motivation. When you act consistently, even when you don't feel like it, you prove to yourself that you're capable. You prove to yourself that you can still move forward, even in the toughest moments. The truth is, motivation is just a tool. It's not the driver. You are the driver. You have to decide, day in and day out, that you're going to show up and give your best, no matter how you feel. This is where your power lies, in your decision to move forward without needing a perfect reason to do so. It's in your ability to trust that the effort will pay off, even when it doesn't feel good in the moment. Waiting for motivation is a trap. It's a trap that will leave you stuck, spinning your wheels and making no progress. The reality is that there will be days when motivation simply isn't there, but the work still needs to be done. And it doesn't matter if you're feeling tired or uninspired. If you want to achieve anything, you have to learn how to move through the moments when motivation is nowhere to be found. The grind doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about your actions. The best way to build your motivation is to get started, even when you don't feel like it. Motivation follows momentum, and momentum comes from action. If you want to build the life you've dreamed about, if you want to achieve the things you've set out to do, you've got to stop waiting for motivation to come knocking. It's not going to come when you want it. It's not going to come when it's convenient. But the good news is, you don't need it. What you need is to start. You need to make the decision to take the first step, and then the next one, and the next one. Keep moving. Keep working. The motivation will find you when you do. So don't sit back and wait for that spark. Create it. Take action, and let the results of your actions fuel your drive. Let the momentum you build along the way become the source of your motivation. Because when you act, even when it feels hard or when you're not motivated, you're building the life you want. And that, my friend, is the real power.